minute. Who are you?
I'm in my bag again. Don't get you mad again. Booty so big that they think you're East African.
Welcome. We're going to be watching some about the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. Let's see what it is. Complete analysis and predictions.
I know the guard.
Before we get into it, I think this is going to be the popular opinion. I think Denver's going to take Miami out, but I may have a little bit of a different outlook. I think it's going to be competitive. Competitive sweep. Like how they did how they did the Lakers. They're going out in 4, but it's going to be close 4.
Is going to be rocking tonight, and I believe the Celtics will thrive and win this game.
And I think I'm with Perk. I think Boston's going to win the game. You know, confidence meter. I said 6 earlier on Get Up. I think I walked across the hallway. It's at 6.5 now, maybe 7.
Well, they asked me this question earlier. I told them I want whatever number is more than 10. That's how confident I am. Whatever number is more than 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 50, I'm at that.
Just do 100.
Yeah, okay, I'm 100.
100.
Dang. They got smoked, though. I was about to say, Duncan, everybody was shooting.
So it was a game 7. They stand eye to eye with history, and they did not blink. The Heat
I tell you, that boy, Caleb Martin.
NBA Finals.
Oof. Caleb Martin was on.
That didn't play out the way the media thought it would.
Not even close.
The Miami Heat avoided
That
being
boy
the
was
first team
killing.
to squander a 3-0 lead, and with that Game 7 win over the Boston Celtics, Jimmy Butler did 3 things. Number 1, he was able to get rid of the ghosts of yesterday, which haunted him from last year's Game 7 loss. Number 2, just like Steph Curry, with the "you don't want to see us next year" statement, he was able to fulfill his prediction from last year.
Next year, we will have enough, and we're going to be right back in the same situation.
And did. And won.
And we're going to get it done.
And did.
Then number 3, with that Game 7 victory, Jimmy Butler made Tatum and the Celtics have to endure another team celebrating a championship on their home floor. I know it was just the Eastern Conference Championship, but it was a championship celebration nonetheless.
Jimmy ain't won no
and
part
with
of
that
that
being
trophy.
said, we now have a finals matchup between the Miami.
There's some beef there, too. It's going to be a good finals. It's going to be a good finals. I really do think Denver's going to take it, though. I personally would like to see Miami win it, just for Jimmy. But I think this Denver team is way too much to stop
Heat
anything.
and the Denver Nuggets. A matchup between the Joker and Himmy Buckets. A first seed
Himmy
versus an 8th seed. And man, guys, let's get into the analysis and prediction immediately.
Competitive sweep, I think. But
So first off, let's look at Denver.
yeah,
As y'all can see from the
a look at
statistics,
that.
the Nuggets have 2 superstars in Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. They're both averaging close to 30 points a game on elite efficiency, and then from there, they also have multiple.
bro, they're almost putting up 60 combined, right? And then you got, that's like 40, was it 49 together from the next 4? So
Are you fucking dumb?
60, so about 40. That's 100 just right there. So this is 49 together.
You're a fucking idiot.
And then like Jeff Green can go off at any moment. Ish Smith exists. You know what I'm saying? Like realistically, who's stopping Jokic? Jamal Murray, that'd be Kyle Lowry's assignment, I think. So ain't nobody going. Who's like, what's going on there? Caldwell Pope, that's probably gonna be Jimmy's man. Unless they put him on Michael Porter, and I don't think that's a good idea either. I think Michael Porter knockdown shooter, so you just got Jimmy running around. You got Caleb Martin probably guarding Aaron Gordon. He's a little small for that, unless they put Strus over there, and then Strus gonna be guarding Gordon. I don't know who you get. I really don't like how this matches up for Miami, but I want Miami to win. Don't let me sound crazy. I want Miami to win.
Players scoring in double figures, and the scary thing is, they're efficient as well. For all intents and purposes, this team is about 6 players deep because although Jeff Green and Christian Braun are getting minutes, they aren't too effective, as you can see from the number.
Jeff Green can be effective, though. I don't even know who, I'm going to be honest, I don't know who the hell Christian Braun is, but I know Jeff Green can be really effective, especially on defense.
So it's not a secret that for this Nuggets team to win, Nikola Jokic is going to have to play like the two-time MVP that he is. I know he's been shooting the lights out from the perimeter, but the truth is, his main key to success is going to be to dominate the paint, and I believe he's going to do just that.
Well, you got to show that clip, though.
I mean, Bam Adebayo is the toughest interior defender for the Heat, and if the Joker was able to run through Anthony Davis, he's going to be able to completely plow through Adebayo. That's not all he's going to do, though. As we all know, the man is averaging a triple-double throughout the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, and I don't expect that to stop in the finals. Just like how Steph is able to gravitate the defense to him on the perimeter, Jokic is able to gravitate.
But the problem here is, if you double, you're leaving a shooter open almost every time. Almost every time, because everyone can shoot. That's the problem with the Nuggets.
The defense to him in the paint. In order for the Miami Heat to stop him from shooting like
you double, boom, you got someone
paint,
open immediately.
They have to send
you either
help.
got, this is the perfect chance right here. Either you got Gordon who's slamming, you got Porter Jr. who's open in the corner, or you got Caldwell Pope who can swing up top, and that's an open 3. Or you got Jamal Murray who could do whatever the hell he wants because he's Jamal Murray. This is the most ridiculous offense just to start at 5 alone. It's ridiculous.
And that's when the Joker makes the passes to open shooters. And
you got that because he could just swing it to Caldwell right there and he's wide open.
The Nuggets
still
have 3 other elite perimeter shooters: Murray, MPJ, and KCP.
And I'd argue Bruce Brown's a pretty good shooter too. He's not hitting as much, but he's a pretty good shooter too. Aaron Gordon can shoot, but he was a little when they was playing the Lakers, he was a little scared of Anthony Davis. So I wouldn't trust him too much, especially if he tries to drive on Bam. He gonna be scared of Bam. So it's really, I mean, he's highlighted everyone. Anyone in the top 6 is liable to go off for like 30 a night.
And as I saw in the 2 regular season
Except
matchups between these 2 teams, this was a big part in how the Nuggets were able to get those 2 wins. And going forward in this series, this is going to be the bulk of the Nuggets offense. And this is the problem.
As soon as he left LA, he want to start shooting and make it.
To solve. So far in these playoffs, Kevin Durant wasn't able to figure it out, and neither did LeBron James.
Cool it. All right, watch how you talk about Bron, buddy. All right, you getting me a little bit. I don't want to hear that. Leave Bron alone.
But the advantage that the Miami Heat have is Eric Spoelstra.
Coach Spoelstra
As
is a
of
good
today,
coach.
the Heat's head coach Spoelstra is the best coach in the NBA. Not only is he able to connect with and motivate his players, but he's the best X's and O's guy in the league. No disrespect to
I don't know about that entire statement. He is definitely, I would say he's one of the top 3 coaches. I don't know if he's better than these 2, but that's a heavy statement to put on Coach Spo.
Greg Popovich or Steve Kerr, but when it comes to playing chess on the hardwood, I don't think anybody does it better than Coach Spo. Anyway, as for the Nuggets' other superstar, Jamal Murray.
Mike Malone's a good coach, though.
Yes, Jamal Murray is a superstar. Just like how playoff Jimmy is a thing, playoff Murray is a thing. It's not just Bubble Murray anymore. It's really playoff Murray. And he backs this up with the eye test and with the numbers. I mean, in critical situations during that series against the Lakers, he made light work of Anthony Davis, which is no easy thing to do. Then when you look at the analytics, throughout 15 games, the man is averaging 28 points on shooting splits of 48% from the field, 40% from 3, and 92.5% from the free throw line. That's Steph Curry-esque. Anyway, against the Heat, however, I don't think his numbers will be as good. Miami is a team that prides itself on being in the greatest shape. I actually remember reading before that they have a really strict body fat test that's a requirement to be on the team.
I seen I forget which NBA player was doing this. He was doing like a podcast, and I mean, he was talking about this rule. He was like, "Do I really got it in me to not eat Oreos and then get fined?" Because he was playing in Miami at the time. He just gave up on it. He retired after thinking about it. Do I got a 1 more year in me to do that? He said, "No, I'm quit." I was like, "Dang."
Which is why I'm surprised sometimes that Kyle Lowry is on the team. But anyway.
Why are we taking shots at Mr. Lowry, the NBA champion?
The Heat don't exactly have size, but what they do have is speed and athleticism.
a big if. Does Tyler Hero come back for this finals at all? If so, that might change my answer from competitive sweep to a gentleman's sweep.
They'll put an active body on Murray at all times. They'll be in his face. And although he's not just going to disappear, I don't think he'll have the same success against this Heat team because of the matchups. You know,
realistically, who is guarding Murray? You're going to stick Lowry on him. You might even switch Jimmy on him. I don't think they have anybody that can do it for real. I think obviously you got no one that's going to guard Jokic because Jokic is Jokic.
I don't know if...
Look at Caldwell Pope here, by the way. 7 for 7, 4 for 4. You only want to do this when you leave the Lakers, but that's okay.
You could call one game a small sample size, but in that one regular season game where Murray did play against the Heat, he was a -9 in the box plus minus, while his partner in crime was a +14. So, for the Nuggets to win this series, Jokic is going to have to bring it every game. Now,
and he's well rested, bro. Like,
on the other side of this coin, we have the Miami Heat and Jimmy Buckets. What this man has done so far this postseason has been nothing but legendary.
Yeah.
I mean, taking out Giannis and taking out Tatum is something that only a
I'm glad you didn't mention who else they took out.
Madman would have predicted. Anyway, if he wants to take out the Joker and another #1 seed, this is how they're going to have to do it. Just like how Jokic is at the center of every offensive possession, the Heat are also going to have to put him at the center of every defensive possession.
Yep. Make
high
him
screen
tired.
pick and rolls for 48 minutes. Or
that's one hell of a way to try to isolate Jokic. And then you gotta, I don't even know what you would do here. Me personally, I would try to, I mean, he's not really a ball handler as much. I would try to get Martin to get the screen from Adebayo. And then you pick your poison there because Martin can shoot. And obviously Bam can.
Or however long Jokic.
Right here, I'm swinging it to Bam, and Bam's a pretty good passer. So Bam is going to be able to hit whoever. Because look, he could pump fake and right behind his head. I don't know if he'd be able to, that one. But right behind him, he's got an open shooter. And then if Porter crash, boom, Strus.
What the Heat are going to have to do. And here's why. Number one, this will tire him out.
Mm-hmm.
As you see from the numbers, the two-time MVP.
Wow. He's shooting 56% at his worst, at his most tired.
Is a lot more efficient in the first and third quarters.
He's still the most efficient. Like, dude, bro, what do you... I mean, even if you tire him out, right? And he's running on his fourth quarter type stuff. Look at his shooting percentage. 56%, that means more than half his shots is dropping.
Where he has fresh legs. Then, in the second and fourth quarters, his efficiency drops. This was more notable last year than this year, but still, I'd rather have him shooting at 56% from the field rather than 63%. Number two, this is the best way to get good quality shots. I mean, if Jokic plays drop coverage on the perimeter, then it'll be an open three, and if he closes the gap up too much, then they should be able to easily blow by him for a drive towards the rim.
I think Jamal Murray's improved defensively. And I think that's something a lot of people are sleeping on.
Another advantage the Heat are going to have is, like I said earlier, Eric Spoelstra. Normally, even in the deepest stages of the playoffs, we normally don't get to see masterful performances by coaches. I mean, from what I saw last year, Joe Mazzulla's one strategy was to get the ball into Tatum's hands and let his superstar carry him.
It's not a bad strategy. It's not a bad strategy until they start missing. Like in Game 7 and 1 and 2 and 3.
Monty Williams' main edge was his ability to motivate his players, but the thing about Spoelstra,
Coach Monty is really good. I don't know why they fired him, bro.
Is he analyzes everything to get every single advantage he can. One example was when he utilized the zone to go on that fourth quarter run in Game 6, then mixed and matched that zone in Game 7.
That was such a good game. Game 6 is one of the greatest basketball games I've ever seen in my life.
7 to confuse the Celtics offense.
If Boston lost that game, bro, you know how much blame will we put on Jason Tatum?
Then from there, the last thing the Miami Heat are going to need if they want to win is another legendary performance by Jimmy Butler. To be frank, he's not more skilled than Murray, he's not more dominant than Jokic, But in my opinion, if there's one thing he's has
got more
more
heart.
than them, it's will.
Yep.
To win this series and become the first 8th seed to win a championship, Jimmy Butler needs to impose his will on this series straight from the get-go. I mean, if he doesn't, who will? Adebayo wouldn't even get up to dunk over Derek White in Game 7 for Pete's sake. So I'm pretty sure that they can't count on him to impose his will in this series.
I did forget about that. You're not wrong.
Anyway, as of today, you've got to be a madman to bet against the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic is too much of a beast. And if Durant and Booker couldn't stop him, if LeBron and AD and...
Like, KD and Booker, does that really strike you as a defensive duo, my friend? KD's really good defensively. But Booker? Defensive? He's improved, don't get me wrong. He's not that guy. He's getting there.
And the refs couldn't stop him. The odds don't look good for Butler and the Heat.
Yeah.
The good news for Heat fans, however, is that in the 2 regular season games they played, although the Nuggets won, it wasn't by much.
But you're counting regular season right there. And I don't know how much weight you can put in the regular season. Especially because I think they had Tyler Hero at this point, and he's not there anymore. I mean, unless he comes back, obviously. But he's not there right now, so... What do you say, bro? Like,
I mean, 5 points in the first game and 4 points in the second game. But
that continues. They're going to go to the third game, and they'll only lose by 1. But in the next games, they'll win by 1 if you keep going with that pattern.
Despite that,
and they reverse sweep. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I'm rooting for Miami. If I had to put money on the line, I'd say the Nuggets in 5 or 6.
We have a similar prediction. I'm not going to hold you. I got the Nuggets in 4. If Tyler Hero's back, then the Nuggets in 5. But I really want Miami to win because Jimmy Buckets needs a ring. Oh, my goodness.
And looking at the Vegas odds, the Nuggets are a minus 400, which means that to win $100, you got to put down 400. Anyway, which team do you guys got winning in the finals? Let me know in the...
Who y'all got winning? I would like to know. I think this video is probably going to go out on the day of the game, which I think is, let me check my phone. I think it's June 1st. Is it June 1st, that game? Yeah, June 1st. I'm recording this the day before, obviously. You know what I'm saying. Y'all have a good day. I don't know how in the world I stretched a 9-minute video into about an 18-minute video. Good day.
Look around you. Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here. Look around at the square. I promise you right now, we did this. Doesn't matter what anybody says. They can say it's disrespectful. They can say it's this and that and that. Everybody's within the rules. Everybody's doing their thing. All we are is proud and passionate.